Hey everyone, Lara here from testprepinsight.com, and today I'm going to be reviewing the LSAT prep course from Blueprint. I'm going to break down how this program works, the updates Blueprint made in 2025 for the updated version of the LSAT, and how they stack up against other prep providers. So let's get right to it. And by the way, I just want to mention up front here that since I'll be limited to just talking about the major highlights and lowlights in this video, if you need more detail at any point, you can always check out our full, detailed written review on our website. An easy way to get there is just to Google Test Prep Insight Blueprint LSAT Review. All right, so let's just start this video by discussing how the Blueprint LSAT course works and what you get. I think this will help set a baseline for my thoughts on this program, which I'll get to in a few minutes. So when you sign up with Blueprint, they'll have you answer a bunch of questions about when your exam date is, what your study availability looks like, and a couple of other things. Then, based on these answers, they generate a personalized study plan for you, which will be your guide throughout your studies. Depending on when your exam is and your availability, you may have anywhere from 1 assignment per day up to 6. It just depends on your timeline and starting point. But no matter how your personalized study calendar starts out, you'll work through the same general coursework, which is mainly comprised of learning modules, practice problem sets, and mock exams. Now, the learning modules are the backbone of Blueprint's program, and each one teaches you how to attack different question types and use different strategies. They're each based on a series of video lessons, which are actually very short clips from the bigger overarching lesson broken down into bite-sized pieces, with sample problems integrated right into the lesson. So you'll watch a few minutes of the video lesson, work on a problem, then jump back into a short clip from the video lecture, and then another quiz question. You get it. And I'll just say this, not only are the video lessons great, but this punchy structure also really works. It keeps you engaged and helps you understand the material. And by the way, I'll get to this in some deeper detail here in a minute, but these videos are without a doubt the best video lectures in LSAT prep. Anyways, at the end of each module, you also work a targeted quiz to make sure you understand everything you just learned in the lesson, with most of the problems having video solutions during the review portion. With the LSAT dropping logic games, Blueprint updated its curriculum to match this change by adding 10 brand new learning videos tailored to the new exam format, 10 full-length practice exams without logic games, 20% more logical reasoning lessons, and 40% more reading comprehension lessons. On top of that, the reorganized live curriculum uses spaced repetition design to increase retention, and the practice materials now align with LSAC's scoring structure, making mock exams more realistic. Then beyond the learning modules, there are 2 other primary components to the Blueprint program: practice sets and practice exams. The practice sets are essentially targeted quizzes with questions covering certain topics and other parameters, which you work through and then review. And the practice exams are simply full-length exams that you take every week or 2, then spend half a day reviewing. I would just note that every question in the problem sets and mock exams comes with an explanation, with probably about half the problems coming with a video solution. Now, these are the primary assignments on your study plan, but you can always create a custom quiz yourself from the QBank or take a full-length test on your own. There's no real limit on that, as Blueprint gives you access to all past official questions and exams. Blueprint now offers an AI-powered QBank that includes over 6,000 LSAT questions with explanations, a lesson learned journal, and in-depth analytics to help you pinpoint your strengths and weaknesses. Moving on, the final component of the program is the office hours. These live streams are available for both the live course and the pro version of the self-paced course. Essentially, Blueprint holds office hour sessions with Q&A 6 nights a week. The main point of each session is to break down a certain concept in detail and dive into the weeds on it, but you're also free to ask questions about anything you want. These sessions are good for breaking down the finer points of more complicated topics and getting input where you're struggling. Now, obviously, you're probably wondering about the live classes. To this point, what I've described is the on-demand self-paced course. But for those people out there that opt for the live online version of the course, you get access to the entire self-paced course, plus 30 hours of live instruction and unlimited live review sessions. The live classes expand on the self-paced material, and the instructors frequently make points that don't come up in the pre-recorded video lessons. There are 2 instructors for each class, one that teaches and one that focuses on answering questions via the chat function. And they assign homework both before and after class, though that usually tracks with the self-paced assignments on your study calendar. Blueprint's live course option is quite the package, with access to 7,000 LSAT questions, 225 video hours, 57 practice exams, proctored options, downloadable strategy guides, and customizable study plans, plus the score increase guarantee. There are a few other features with Blueprint, like performance metrics, but I'd say what I just covered is the main part of the Blueprint course and where you'll spend 97% of your time. And I know I covered that rather quickly, so if you want to see a more detailed breakdown of exactly how this course plays out, be sure to check out that full review I mentioned. I'll have it linked down below in the description. I have more detail over there so you can really get a feel for what to expect. All right, so before we dive into the pros and cons of Blueprint as I see them, let's quickly cover pricing. The self-paced course is sold under a subscription model where you pay by month. The starter version of the course costs $99 a month, and the pro version costs $179 a month. Now, the big difference between those two is that the pro version gives you access to those nightly office sessions I mentioned before, as well as the score increase guarantee and a couple other small things. Whether that additional $80 a month is worth it is totally up to you. And then the online version costs a flat $1,300. Again, whether to spend more for the live online version over the self-paced course really just depends on your situation and learning style. If you need the accountability of a regular live schedule or just learn better that way, it probably makes sense to upgrade. But again, it really just depends. But one thing I'd like to mention here is that Blueprint often runs sales and offers discounts, so be sure to check for coupon codes before buying. In fact, I'll do my best to keep the description down below the video screen updated with the most current discount codes out there. So make sure to check that out and save yourself some money if you decide to go with Blueprint. All right, so now that I've covered how Blueprint's LSAT program works and how much it costs, let's get to the pros and cons, and I'll try to keep these rapid fire, starting with the positives. The number one highlight for Blueprint is without a doubt the video lessons. They're simply awesome. The instructors appear on screen, and as they give these really engaging lessons, notes, graphics, and cartoons appear around them. Basically, the production value is off the charts compared to other LSAT companies. And I can personally say these are the best and most effective video lessons I've seen in LSAT prep. Then number 2, the structure of the online modules with sample problems interspersed throughout each lecture is really smart. I love how Blueprint weaves in a practice problem every few minutes to keep you engaged and demonstrate how things play out in practice. It's great for learning the application side of LSAT prep, and it's a very effective 1-2 punch with the video lessons. Then my third pro is the office hours. Very few LSAT prep providers offer this level of support, and in my opinion, it's just worth the money. I know I just said a minute ago it's up to you at the end of the day, but I really do like these lessons and think they offer a lot of value. These office hour sessions are great to fill in the cracks and improve on weaknesses. And for people out there trying to get every penny out of this course, you can attend every session, which could almost be the same as attending live classes, but for a much cheaper rate. But either way, these sessions add a ton of value, especially for on-demand students. All right, last up here at number 4 is the live classes. They're very good. I didn't say too much on them a minute ago as I described them, but these classes really expand on the material contained in the learning modules. The instructors are great. They know their stuff inside and out, and they're clearly gurus, but still very down to earth and approachable. So overall, if you want live classes, I really like Blueprints. Okay, so that covers what I like. Now let's get to the things I wasn't so crazy about. But before I get to that, I should mention that every single month here at Test Prep Insight, we give away a free prep course to one lucky person. It's super simple to enter and everyone is eligible. I'll put all the details down below in the description. It'll take you less than 10 seconds, and hey, you never know, you could win a free Blueprint LSAT course. Anyways, let's get to the negatives, and I have 3 of them with Blueprint. The first is prep books. Blueprint just doesn't offer much in terms of prep books. The only thing you get is that the live online course comes with a lesson book, but that's it. Up until a few years ago, every Blueprint student used to get a set of hard copy prep books, but they've moved away from that. Whether this matters to you totally depends. If you like print books where you can take notes and highlight key points, it's a drawback. But if you're all about digital content, then maybe it's not a huge deal. But I will just say that if you are looking for print books, we really like Kaplan's. Then the second con I found is that I'd like to see more video solutions incorporated in with the practice problems. Every problem comes with a text explanation, but like I said, you only get a video breakdown for 1 out of every 2 or 3 problems. Now, the problem is that the text explanations are all right, but they pale in comparison to the quality of the video solutions. So I prefer one with every single question. I feel like for the price tag, I'd like to see a video breakdown for every problem. And last, my final negative worth noting is the high cost. Blueprint ranks among the more expensive courses available. The $99 subscription model for the basic self-paced course isn't bad, but the live class package is pricey. Kaplan and Princeton Review are both cheaper if you're looking for a more intensive live class option. But anyway, that's it for the pros and cons. So let's move on to my final verdict. In my opinion, Blueprint is 100% worth it. Why? When you look at all the factors that matter, Blueprint gets one of the highest grades among the dozen or so LSAT courses that I've used and reviewed. Their learning modules are short and smartly structured. The video lessons are the best I've ever seen. The practice material is spot on and delivered in perfect intervals. And I love the live classes. Now, whether you should opt for the live classes totally depends. Like I mentioned earlier, if you need the accountability and structure of a regular live class schedule, go for the live class option. But if you're capable of driving your own studies, the Blueprint self-paced version is also best in class. So all in all, I do have a couple minor gripes with Blueprint's course, but by and large, I think this is a top-tier LSAT prep course, and I have no hesitation recommending it. And that's all I've got for you. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment on this video with your thoughts and experiences with Blueprint LSAT. Other than that, check out our website, testprepinsight.com, and the rest of our YouTube channel for more reviews and comparisons. And that's about it. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.